be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the show. Also check out The Grizzly Gentleman, where you can use promo code 6 for 10% off at checkout to keep your beard feeling and looking fresh. What is up, Planeswalkers 36 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to be playing the Song of Eggs. This is a standard deck. It's a combo deck where you either draw a bunch of cards and then discard your hand with Glint-Horn out, where you just murder your opponent, or you draw a bunch of cards and you draw so many cards that you play Thassa's Oracle and you win the game. So how are we going to do that? Well, we do that via Song of Creation. So Song of Creation, 4-mana enchantment. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, though, you have to discard your hand. So in this, we're going to want to set up with Song of Creation, and then hopefully, on either that turn or the very next turn, go the hell off. And the way we do that is by casting free spells. Free spells like this. Now, technically, you could play this in Historic with, what's his name? Ornithopter. There we go. You can play this in Historic with Ornithopter as well. However, these cards, I can actually cast as creatures that can do attacking, which makes it easier for me to kill my opponent with something like Glint-Horn. But yeah, so there's reasons why you could theoretically play this in Historic. Historic, I think, is generally a slightly harder place for this specific deck to achieve anything. But yeah, the point essentially is you get Song of Creation out, and then you keep casting these, and since you're drawing 2 cards every time you cast something, you theoretically should be able to, move past the rest of your deck. Each of these are fine by themselves. You don't really want to be casting them. You really want to get to Song of Creation as early as you can. In order to do that, we have 4 Witching Wells, which is also quite nice with Song because it only costs 1, but we're also allowed to scry after it enters so that our following casts can hopefully draw more gas. If we have to, we can also go ahead and sacrifice this and draw 2 cards. Witching Well helps us get there. In order to help us cast Song of Creation, we do have 4 Paradise Druids. We use Paradise Druid because, 1, it creates any color of mana. Incubation Druid wouldn't, so if we only had a green and red land, for example, we wouldn't be able to play any of our blue spells, which would be unfortunate. So that's one of the reasons we're playing Paradise Druid. Another reason is it has hexproof, so it's less likely to die by the time we can cast our Song of Creation. 2000's Oracle, this is one of our win cons. That's about it. Glint-Horn Buccaneer, also one of our win cons. We don't really plan on playing this unless we really need a blocker against aggro or something. 3 Bonecrusher Giant. You might be like, why is this in here? And it's essentially here for interaction. We're very rarely going to be casting this as a 3-mana 4/3. The main purpose of this is to either stomp something early or have a relatively cheap cycle effect, essentially, later on in the game once we have Song out. Only costing 2 and being able to hit our opponent's face, or even our face if for some reason we can't target our opponent, say they have Leyline or something, is quite helpful. Obviously, being 2 cost isn't the best, but we kind of have to work with what we have. The reason we're running this over something like Brazen Borrower is because Borrower has to target a permanent, and if our opponent doesn't have any permanents we can target with Borrower, then we can't cast it, right? Bonecrusher Giant is something we can almost always cast. Rosethorn Acolyte is kind of a mana dork, except we're almost never going to use it as such. It's almost always going to be a cantrip with Seasonal Ritual. Essentially, we pay a green to add a mana of any color. This can help us fix for a Thassa's Oracle, for example, or just cycle, because we're going to be drawing cards, and we're going to net even on mana, which is nice. 3 Uros. Sometimes you need life gain, and sometimes you whiff, and you have a bunch of things in your graveyard, and Uro can kind of bring you back from that. Uro's just a strong card. We're rocking a combo deck mana base, right? We got 22 lands. I've seen some decks run 24. I've seen several run like 18 and 19. I'm kind of going in the middle here. I've not practiced with this deck yet. Going at 22. We have an average of 1.8 because these are all zeros, right? So it does technically, it doesn't really show what the deck is like, but this is the mana base. Yeah, it's that. Let's hop into some unranked standard. I've not touched this play mode in so long. Let's try and play some Song of Eggs, shall we? Yum. I do have some good old-fashioned Discord questions that I'll get to as we play this. Here we go. Sandry with the lovely Sarah. Let's see. So we have that Song of Creation in hand, plus a Paradise Druid and Rosethorn. So it looks like we can Ketria turn 1, turn 2, Paradise Druid into Uro. I guess we could... No, we don't want a Song of Creation immediately, so yeah. I mean, this is obviously a fine keep. I do slightly worry about Giganta. The last time I saw a Giganta deck, it was not this, so... So we might be going up against... Is it? It could just be a Jeskai deck that happens to run Giganta. Okay, it's a Giganta cycling. I don't think they would play this if they weren't a cycling deck. So it looks like it's combo v combo here. We're going to go ahead and play the Paradise Druid out. And then next turn we Uro. Yeah, so they are just playing 5-mana cycling, I guess? Blacklist, perhaps? Yeah, so it could be Blacklist. Yeah, I think we just shock 2. I don't want to have this get targeted, so we're going to go ahead and shock in. We're going to play Uro. We're going to put the breeding pool in. Okay, cool. So we even have access to this. The one thing I'm worried about is that my opponent does technically have access to a counterspell, the cycling one that can counterspell. So I am a little worried. My opponent might know that I'm on Song of Creation because of the fact that I'm literally using the sleeves. By the way, Noah Bradley did a fantastic job on this art. Okay, so they are playing black. Target opponent reveals their hand, you choose an online card from it. Okay. So I assume they're just going to pass the turn. Is this anytime you could cast a sorcery, though? Anytime you could cast a sorcery, okay. Are they casting something? So relatively weak Zenith Flare as of right now. If they only have a single blue and they just pass, that's fine. So I'm going to Fabled Passage. I'm going to cast Song of Creation. It might get countered, but if it does get countered, that's not all that bad because we do have a secondary one. So does it get countered? It doesn't. Okay. Now let's try and pop the hell off. Don't think I'm going to activate that just yet. I'm going to cast this for 0. Cool. I can also play this, but I'm going to wait. I'll cast this for 0. Oh, cool. Let's see. So this is free. I will go ahead and activate this, grabbing a forest. We'll cast this for free, and I'm just going to add a green. Yeah, because this can make whatever. I really need more of these. I'm running 12. I've been through 20. I've been through an entire third of my deck. I should be able to grab at least one here. Like, statistically speaking. And I don't. I do have Rosethorn. Well, shit. Damn. That's a rough whiff. So essentially I just have to hope that they don't have strong fration removal. We did go through half our deck, though. We lost one of our Glint-Horns. We have a second one. We still have both Thassa's Oracles. Suffocating Fumes? Sure. Although you could have killed my Paradise Druid. Although I guess at this point it might not matter. Looks like they have removal. Excuse me. Anyway, let's see. Durzombie asks, do you have a favorite artwork on any Magic card? Wilt. Yikes. Alright. So now we're in a rough spot. They're going to put Giganta in their hands, sure. Are we in that rough of a spot? Could I do just have access to Uro? Get rid of lands. I do, Alish Norn is easily one of my favorite. Igor does an amazing job drawing things that are very disturbing and creepy, and I really appreciate his art for that. All of the swords done by Chris Ron, fantastic. Wormcoil Engine is a great Swanland piece. I think it's a Moment's piece, the Fog with Rebecca Gay's art on it, I believe. Interesting, they're just casting this. Interesting. Going to Smork on in. I could just play a big Stonecoil Serpent here. I could leave up enough mana. I could leave up enough mana in order to, like, Witching Well. But I think I want this to be bigger than a 4/4 at the very least. So let's have trample. I think I'm just going to make this big. 2, 4, 6. I could make it an 8/8. I'd potentially lose my Paradise Druid. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make it an 8/8. Gosh, other art that's just fantastic. Deep Analysis, in my opinion, one of the best depictions of Bolas. I believe that was Jesper. I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try. I know you only asked for like one, but I'm getting all of them. Yeah, so my opponent's now on the defensive, because I got big dudes. I got a bunch of big dudes coming at ya. And that is one of the things that's nice, is that, literally, I can also just Smork on in. Let's see. So they have one. I don't think this is going to be anything. If I attack with all, let's say they block this here, and then they block this here. They would take 2. They would die. Yep, because that's 4, 8. I don't know what's flashing on the screen. It's creeping me out a little. I didn't win via the combo, which is upsetting, but we still have some games. But it shows that even if you don't, even if you whiff on the combo, you can still win, because Cough Cough Uro is really good. Excuse me. I mean, honestly, this art is pretty damn good. I really like the basic lands from Theros, even though I'm not using them right now. My L is beautiful art. Who is that by? Is that Zoltan Boros? It isn't, right? Is it Jason Chan? Because I know a lot of Jason Chan... It's Jason Chan, okay. I like a lot of Jason Chan's art as well. This is a no. Damn. Like, if one of these were a blue source, I'd keep it, but I can't. I'd keep the shit out of this, though. I guess I'll get rid of this. We'll play a Stomping Ground. So we need my opponent, Greedy, to not have counter spells so that I can land this Song of Creation and then go the hell off. This is not looking good immediately. On turn 4, I can play Song of Creation. The issue, oh god, they're playing Esper. I would very much like you not to cast a Thought Eraser here. And they're playing the gain life lands, so hopefully they're not a full-on control deck and they're playing some sort of meme that I don't know. That doesn't work very well. Okay, no Thought Erasure. I'm going to cast this and see if it lingers. It doesn't. Okay, that makes me think that they don't have a counterspell. Should I... Oh, fuck. Should I play this now, though? Right, because I can play it now and draw a lot of cards. I can only play one more land. Is it worth going through the cards right now? And I don't know the answer. My fear, though, is that they're playing Esper. Like, they're playing control colors. I'm gonna go for it. I can play one more, I can play one more land. Okay, I have a Rosethorn. So I just need to get a land, and then I can kind of keep these going. But I don't think I can net mana, though. But I can technically have Thassa's Conjurant mana, or Thassa's Oracle mana. I don't know if I can play this just yet, though. I think I might need an island. No, I have to have... So I have a lot of Rosethorns, so that's good. The thing is, I have to start with a green source. Right. No, I don't think I can... No, right? I can't actually... No, I don't think I can net mana, but that's fine. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is Rosethorn again, and then make this blue. So that's one of our oracles gone. But I think now I'm Witching Well. Shit, that's both of our oracles. So that's awkward. Yeet. Well, that's my hand. So I have... I think it has to be Buccaneer now. Okay, never mind. It's Uro time, baby. I probably should have scryed first. Ah, that's fair. So I have this Glint-Horn. I don't know if I have enough. I mean, if I can get to here... No, I wouldn't necessarily be able to. Because this, casting this would draw me these two. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of the Fabled Passage. Okay. Gotta always force your opponent to have it. So it looks like they are playing Planeswalkers. So my arrow might get bounced here. The Sixth Spirit asks a very odd question to me. Which would be more powerful? A dual land that always enters untapped, or a bolt land? Essentially a shock land. Oh, fuck.
Mind and body should move in unison, like wind and wave.
Okay. Decides not to cast anything. Interesting. I'm gonna just cast Bonecrusher Giant here. No, I do wish I had that land. Yeah, combo. I think this combo deck's gonna get yeeted by this control deck. It depends on what you mean by a dual land and a bolt land, right? Like, if a dual land has two land types, like the basic the alpha duals, and the bolt land is like alpha duals, except you have to shock you have to bolt yourself to have them come in. I'm not sure, but I think technically speaking, with fetch lands, you wouldn't need the bolt lands. I'm just gonna concede. I don't think I can win at this point. It's possible I should wait longer. I'm just against that deck specifically. I wasn't sure, but it's fine. If they don't have the land types, so it's just like this is a white-blue land that can just tap for white and blue, but don't come in tapped, like under any circumstance. And the bolt land also isn't, then the one that isn't the just normal dual land without the two creature types, I think that would be stronger. I will keep this. What's the Lurrus deck? So I think these Bonecrusher Giants are going to help me. I hope these Bonecrusher Giants... This can't be Tempered Steel, though. I'm playing in Standard. Yeah, I am playing in Standard, so I don't... Green-white, okay. This is the green-white artifact enchantment deck? Yeah. Okay, that is what it is, then. I think I have to kill this now. Yeah, I think I have to kill it now. If the bolt lands have land types, but the other shock lands don't, then probably those. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna play this. Can't play this. Awkward. Kept a 2-lander with a 22-land deck. Probably should have done that. Airgun John, your question has essentially been answered. It's Feldegriff. Then all that glitters. If they targeted Ailsid, then that's the thing, right? Like, if they targeted Ailsid, they wouldn't have. They would have targeted Gingerbrute. I would have had to target it in response. They would have sacked. Jesus fuck. Okay. I'm taking 10. So I'm actually going to cast... This is a 1-1. Because if they cast another Ailsid, they could give this protection from... I should have cast this, because this can get hit with an artifact removal. If I had used this, then it would have been a colorless creature, so I would have been able to block still. Because Ailsid can't give protection from colorless, because colorless is not a color. Yeah, so I have to chump this. I think I have to draw Song. And then some. And I didn't. So I can play Bonecrusher Giant as another chump blocker. And hold up Bonecrusher Giant for Luris. This is one of the reasons why, the hell is that? Brazen Borrower can be better. Yeah, this game I would literally have to win with exactly, Thassa's Oracle. I can no longer win with, the red card. There's no way you save that. You can just kill me in 3 times with Ginger Brute. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying there's hope. I don't... These artifacts are client side. 0. Okay, and I have 2 land drops. Can Buccaneer hits any target? Oh, each opponent. Never mind. Come on. I think I have to go with green. So I can Fabled Passage. I have 7 left. And I have... Oh, I don't have 6 and I have 12, don't I? Because it's 3 times 4. I don't have 6 and I have 12. So I've used 7? No. I've used 5. Yeah, so I have 7 left. I mean, I think I still just do this. I should have got a forest just in case I got another Rosethorn. That was stupid of me. I can't cast another Rosethorn, so I think I'm actually just going to pay 1 for this. I've lost. The thing is, I've lost both my Thassa's Oracle, so I don't even know if I can win now. I don't think I can. Needs refining. So if I were to make changes, I think I would go up to 23 lands. I'm gonna post as it is, because I don't know if I'll be playing this deck on the channel again. I might do a historic version at some point, depending on what we get in M21 and Jumpstart. But I think I would try and go up to 23 lands. I do think I would try and put at least one Brazen Borrow in, because I do realize I don't have like removal for big things. I don't know if there's any like good regrowth effect. I know in M21 we're getting a 3-minute regrowth effect. Return. No. Just in these colors. Return Graveyard. Yikes. I mean, there's Pulse of Marasa. Survivor's Bond, okay. Survivor's Bond might work then. So theoretically, if I could make room for even just one Survivor's Bond as like a 5th copy of Thassa's Oracle and or Glint-Horn Buccaneer. Because if the thing is, Survivor's Bond is also just a 2-mana version of like an extra copy of these. Like if I have this and I have enough mana. I'm not sure. Something along those lines, I think, is what I would do. If you have any other changes that you think would be made to that deck that makes it quite nice, let me know in the comments. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons for the continued support. If you'd like to join them support the show, you'll find links to that down in the description. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn and the video to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, I'll be one.